Hey guys, welcome back here to Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys joining me for today's episode. Guys, today I've got a little secret I want to share with y'all. In other words, it's a bait that a lot of people try to keep secret that know about it. And we're going to be talking about a lure that you probably don't even know exists, but it's an unbelievable fish catcher, and that is a Magnum wiggle wart. Now, just as a size comparison, guys, here is the traditional wiggle wart that everybody uses, the original Storm wiggle wart. And this is the Magnum wart next to it. It's significantly bigger. It's probably almost half as big here. Big chunk of bait here. And we're gonna be talking about the situations where a Magnum wiggle wart is the bait to use. It catches big ones under the right conditions. So it's pretty much, it's a lot more situational than the regular wiggle wart is. But I'm sort of gonna describe what to look for, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about how to get one of these Magnum wiggle warts in today's video here. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick things. Just a real quick reminder, anybody interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, jerkbait fishing is really good right now in the state of Missouri. It's a good time to learn how to fish a jerkbait. If you're interested, just shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler, for details. And also, guys, thank you very much for everybody that's been using my Tackle Warehouse link in the video descriptions here, my lake map breakdown link, my solar bat sunglasses link, my jig link. Big thank you for me and my family if you've been doing that. Okay, first of all, you guys hear me talking a lot about you can get stuff at Tackle Warehouse. They do not have these at Tackle Warehouse. In fact, they are difficult to find. I'm not even sure if they make them anymore, but I know how you can get them. If you guys just get on eBay and Google Magnum wiggle wart, this is the one you want. And guys, let me give you a little tip. If you do buy one here on eBay, make sure that they got these old cheap beak hooks in them like this. See this hook right here? This will tell you that that's truly an old one. And the wobble that you get on a real old wiggle wart is like the original old wiggle warts on the Magnum comes with this beak hook on here. This sort of signifies the time frame it was made in. So make sure it's got that beak hook unless they replaced them, which I always do if I use them too. But this is the Magnum wiggle wart, guys. Now, I first learned about this thing. We were fishing, it was a Bassmaster, I think it was a Top 100 tournament, a Bassmaster Top 100 tournament at Lake Gaston in North Carolina. In fact, we had the tournament originally scheduled for Kerr Lake, but something happened, the lake got flooded out and they moved it to nearby Lake Gaston, which I'd never been there before. And the guy that won the tournament in that won it on a Magnum wiggle wart. First time I'd ever heard about it. This was probably back in, like I said, in the early 90s. So after he won that tournament, I went out and got some, just to try him with that. And then I started, being a wiggle wart fan, like here in Missouri, I started experimenting with a little bit, utilizing it. And there's two different situations, guys, where I always pick out the big wiggle wart here, the Magnum. First of all, this is a larger bait and it's very aggressive. It's got a very wide side-to-side wobble and it thumps hard. It's like when you throw it, your rod tip is just like that, the thump on it. It's super, super unique. And that is very appealing to the bigger fish if they are aggressive. Now, this is the key with it. The key thing that you're gonna have on this wiggle wart is, number one, there's two scenarios. One involves grass, the other involves rock. You've got to have water temperatures in the 50s. Anywhere between, say, 52 to 58 degrees is going to be perfect for it. It's got to be during the pre-spawn, when those bigger fish are up shallow and aggressive, and then you've got to have the right type of day. This big wiggle wart is pretty much, for me, the success I've had on it. And by the way, the average fish you're going to catch on this thing is going to be over 3 pounds when you do get bit on one. But you got to have the day that it's very conducive to the fish being super aggressive. So what I want is a warm pre-spawn day, like March or April or something like that. Water temperatures, mid-50s is perfect. You want a windy day. You've got to have wind like 20 miles an hour is the best. It's like a 15 to 20 mile an hour hard wind where you're almost cussing the wind. It's so windy. You got to have overcast skies and air temperatures that are like above normal. So you've got this big front coming in that's pushing in some warm southerly airflow, strong winds, clouds are coming in. And guys, if you match that up with 50-some degree water temperature, especially if the water visibility is, say, 2 to 5 foot, it is perfect for the big wiggle wart. And just power crank this thing. This is not a deal where you're finessing it. This is like the big wiggle wart. I'll throw it out there and I'll reel it down with like a medium to medium fast retrieve and just a fast stop and go retrieve like that. Even in that mid 50-degree water, it's just like this. So I'm just trying to get this thing just rooting around, darting off the bottom like that. It's just, you want to be smacking that bottom hard with it, just rooting around, just make it crazy as you possibly can. Most of the time I'm throwing it on 12 to 15 pound test line, fluorocarbon line. 15 is probably the best. And even though this bait will run down around 10 feet, I don't use the big wiggle wart for depth on it. Obviously the biggest difference on this thing is the lip size, which gets the bait down in that 10-foot range. I'm not interested in getting it down to 10 foot during the pre-spawn. I'm targeting that 4 to 7 foot range. And that's why I'm using a faster retrieve and heavier line, is I can hit that and really deflect off those rocks real good. That's the number one thing. Next situation with that is over submergent vegetation. If you have submerged hydrilla, submerged milfoil, all you guys that fish all the TVA lakes, Texas lakes that have grass in it, even some Florida lakes can do this. A Magnum wiggle wart is an incredible bait, fishing it, ticking the top of that grass. If you've got grass, like the perfect scenario is grass like that's growing, say 5 to 8 foot from the surface. Short grass like that, take the Magnum wiggle wart, put it on like 17 or 20 pound line, heavier line, and just try to tick the top of that grass almost the same you would slow rolling a spinnerbait or a lipless crankbait. And guys, those big ones, with the noise this thing has, the rattle chamber like that, you've got a noise and you've got a tremendous amount of water displacement. When this thing's wobbling like that, it's pushing a lot of water out and it's creating just a big ruckus with the noise and the hook slapping and the vibration it creates. It's an aggressive lure for big, aggressive fish. So anyway, guys, I wanted to clue you in on that. Like I said, I normally direct you to Tackle Warehouse. They don't have them. Best bet is to go to eBay. They might even make them at the factory. I don't know, but you can't get them. Very rare to find. In fact, the ones I've got, I've got them just, throughout the years, just collecting them when I see them or find them. But anyway, guys, give it a try. I know it's going to catch you some good ones and hope it helps out. We'll talk later.